Jamaica is celebrating the Sunshine Girls, don't we always? Because they're always so great. Third place, bronze medal in the 2023 Netball World Cup in South Africa. Goods them, you know, goods them. With me in studio are Khadijah Williams, she's our wing attack. Also Nicole Dixon, Rochester center and wing attack. And joining via Zoom are Janelle Fowler, captain and goal shooter over there in Australia. Am I correct, Janelle?
Yes, you are.
She's soon gonna World Cup. And Shamira, she said her name, Shamira.
Yes.
Shamira Sterling over there in Montego Bay. Vice captain, goalkeeper, and goal defense. So great to have you guys. Janelle, you ended with the most goals and attempts, 97% accuracy. Talk to me about that.
Listen, the two girls that are sitting with you, I reckon that I have to credit all those goals to them because they feed me all the ball. Of course, they're working so hard, so I have to make sure I shoot them. 97% is okay, but could have been better.
Could have been better. Well, listen, Khadijah, top 5 for feeds to the circle. Hey, let me tell you, when you wing attack and you center, they put fire, you know.
True.
As a shooter, she's correct. You just stand up there and say, you don't have to worry about nothing. Talk to me, ladies. How exciting was it to be in South Africa at this World Cup?
Well, for me, because the journey was so far,
Yeah.
I was kind of worried. I didn't know how I was going to manage because the flight and everything, and I love to sleep and I like to feel comfy sleeping.
Yeah.
But I mean, being in Cape Town for my first time, being in an African country, it was very good. It was a good experience. You know, sometimes we're going to experience a little bad thing here and there, but the good outweighs the bad because I'm here with a bronze medal. So
Yeah.
it was a good experience for me.
Yeah, I don't know if people understand how, because, you know, I think Jamaicans see Sunshine Girls as unbeatable. I think we see that. But so I don't think they understand how difficult it is to compete at this level. You guys beat the defending champions, yeah?
Yes,
On
we
the way
sure
there. How difficult was that, man?
It was really extremely difficult.
Yeah.
So like I say, we're the best here in Jamaica, they're the best there in New Zealand. So it was very, very difficult. Well, no game was easy for us.
Yeah.
May seem easy, but it wasn't easy.
Yeah. Janelle, how difficult was it to get the chemistry right, particularly in the early games? Because I know, because some of you are all over the world and all over Jamaica, it probably wasn't easy to pull everybody together to get that kind of training before getting there. What did it get it off to a slow start? Or once you guys met on court, you were good?
To be honest, Delia, it was not that of a slow start. You know, we had to work a little bit harder in terms of to gel, but the good thing about this group of girls is that we have been together for a while, which had made it a lot easier for us to get certain things out there. So maybe we took a couple of training sessions, possibly the first thing to really get it together. But with our and changing up, I thought we got seamless, like after the rounds were finished.
Yeah, yeah. Listen, you have a strong attack. You also had a great defense.
Yeah.
And Romelda, top 5 for offensive rebound. I don't know how Romelda reach the competition in a place because little Romelda was also there, no? So
Yes,
Gianna. What was that like to have little Gianna there?
Gianna brings joy to everyone. We were the auntie, so we babysit a lot of times.
Yeah.
We ensure that Romela get a lot of rest, as how she ensures that we get a lot of rest. So everybody takes turn with Gianna, and she's just chirpy. She's not the baby that cries from anyone. Yeah. So Gianna is just a sweet baby. Sweet baby.
Sunshine baby.
Yeah.
She looks like a real sunshine baby. Look at Gianna. Shamara, you know Jamaica people, from the whistle blow, every ref is a thief. And they're not. Let me clarify that. They're not. But you know, if it blow and we don't like it, were you guys comfortable with some of the calls? We never comfortable with some. Were you comfortable with some of the calls that were made? And even in terms of how technology was used, did it make it, I guess, a little bit more difficult, or did it make it better for you? Shamira?
Sorry. Personally, I think some of the calls didn't go our way, and I always said to myself, I don't see why umpires would want to blow us out the games, knowing that we are the lower ranked team when we are playing against the higher ranked team. But I feel like in the Australia game, we had the game, but it was taken away from us by the umpires. But nevertheless, we should have stood our ground and played for the entire 60 minutes.
Yeah, I know it can be daunting to come back from that if you feel you're playing against not just the opponent, but I mean, it is. Khadija, do you think Jamaica will ever be ranked number one?
Well, it is a possibility. I'm not going to say no.
Yeah.
But it has to take everyone, not just the players. There's a lot of work to be done. But we have to get everybody as one in order for us to become number one.
Well, you know, Nicole, it was a conversation that came up during the reggae girls, you know, in terms of women's sports and the kind of support or lack thereof that women's sports gets in Jamaica. We get some, and we're comfortable with the some, but when you go to a competition like that and you see the top-ranked teams in the world and the resources that they get, how far off are we?
Very far off, very, very far off, because I think that maybe back here in Jamaica, maybe persons see that sports is more male dominant than female, and I think female do maybe equal or sometimes even better than the males. And when we look at the opponents that we play against, because since I'm a netball, I'm going to talk about netball. And when I look at the resources, even the ladies who play in Australia, and we can compare over there to out here, we have nothing. Sometimes when we go, we don't even have a proper gym, so we have to go to the Jamaica Defence Force to use their gym. We just lack resources, and that is what is one of the issue that is not allowing us to be number one. Because as you see, look at our body, our muscle mass, we don't have that going up on those ladies, and we get some bunks, we stay bounce.
All right, yeah.
So
yeah, it's important. Yes, Janelle?
And I think, Daniel, when you look at the top teams are trained at elite athletes where they have the proper resources, they have a league that is very competitive every top 4 game. And even when you look at South Africa, who is below us, who is below us, has a very competitive league there in South Africa as well. And Jamaica being ranked 4th in the world, we need that type of league to pump up our girls to be able to compete against the national team. So when that is not picked, then I don't think we'll be able to be number one. If you want to be number one, you have to train at elite athletes, and we do not have the resources to be the elite athletes that we want to be. Thank God for the ones that are playing in Australia that has the resources. But then when we look at our local girls, being that they are part of the team, we have some who's been exposed to the resources, and then the other half who doesn't have the resources. There's no way we can win or be number one because they aren't exposed to the resources that they need in order to perform. So the team is very unbalanced.
Yeah, it's unbalanced. And I remember there was a time where opportunities for the netballers really came through basketball, like the scholarships and so on. So, Janelle, tell me, in terms of someone who is playing in one of the most competitive leagues in the world, how that helped to prepare you as opposed, and obviously see the difference in that as opposed to our ladies that are here.
Definitely it has helped me a lot, just like the other girls. I'm pretty sure that it has helped them because we're playing competitive week in, week out, and the training facilities that we have here in the club league alone, it's next level, and it prepares our body, and we have psychologists here that prepares our minds, help us to get ready for the most grueling games that we're going to face coming on the weekends. So it does prepare us, and it prepares us well. And I reckon when we bring that experience back to the other girls, it helps us, but it's not enough. Us bringing the experience is not enough. We need it back home as well in order for everyone to be on the same level. Yeah.
I'm pained when I have these discussions because our netballers, despite odds, continue to be the best in the world. And I can imagine if they received the support that they needed, where they would be today. This is without the support, and their bronze. Reggae girls, I don't know. But bless your hearts for continuing to shine this beautiful light on Jamaica and doing so well. It's a legacy that the Sunshine Girls has crafted year after year after year. And it's an honor to sit here with you ladies this morning. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dana. But before I leave, I have to say thank you to some of our sponsors. Our lead sponsor, Beryllium, who have been on board. So we are happy to have them. We have main sponsor, the Minister and Ministry of Sport.
Right.
We have Ray and Nephew. We have National. So wanna thank them and Seprod.
Yeah, must be good.
As well as our associate sponsors, they all believed in us, and we're extremely thankful for that.
Thank you guys for supporting them. Yeah.
And while we look for
talk quick, I forgot to put me on the netball team. Them gonna fire me. Talk quick, Shamira.
While we look to the future, we hope that more sponsors would come on board and more of corporate Jamaica would look to support the Sunshine Girls, because really thank God for the sponsors that we have now, because without them it wouldn't have been possible to go to the World Cup. And thanks to the GoFundMe donors that donated towards our journey to World Cup. So thank you so much, and looking forward to see more sponsors coming on board, because we really, really need it.
All right, Khadijah Williams, wing attack, Nicole Dixon, Rochester Center, and wing attack. And on Zoom, Janelle Fowler, captain and goal shooter, and Shamira Sterling, vice captain, goalkeeper, and goal defense. Still ahead, have you outgrown some friends? That's on Girl Talk. What News in 5 is next.